I'm not going to ask you where you land on Dwight Yoakam, because I got a funny feeling out in Truro, Nova Scotia, you didn't play much Dwight Yoakam.
I did not play much Dwight Yoakam. No.
Your parents weren't getting ready for a night out like mine were, with some guitars and Cadillacs on the cassette tape.
No, that was not happening there. Although, what's our claim to fame? One of the Trailer Park Boys is from Truro.
Yep.
And then I guess music-wise, Sloan, just from down the street in Halifax.
Oh, Sloan. What was their big hit?
Money City Maniacs.
Yeah. I'd have to hear it. Yeah, good CanCon though.
You'll know it.
Oh yeah. Good CanCon.
Many a frosh week nationwide, Sloan.
Yeah. Canada 2-1, losing to Switzerland. I had Lee Cormish on in hour one from the stadium, kind of breaking it down, because I'm watching the game and I'm like, this. The one thing that I jumped out and I said to Lee, I'm like, I'm no expert, but man, we look like a peewee team and they look like a senior men's team. Like, they're big. And he said, yep, that's what it was. And just Canada, they didn't have it today, and they were missing guys.
You know, you watch that match, and if like a few things stand out. One was we were asleep at the wheel coming out of the half, and the two Switzerland goals came within like 10 or 11 minutes of one another right at a halftime. You're just like, wait a minute, what's happening here? And then if you watch the last 20 minutes, you see this urgency, this press, this attack. And part of it is, of course, Switzerland's up 2-0. So they're playing a different kind of style. But other than one really good chance in the first half, Canada didn't have much. And it was interesting hearing from Promise David after the game. Basically, the message that Jesse Marsh, the head coach, gave the guys was, wake the bleep up, you know? And that was a big part of it. Like, this was a big opportunity loss, guys. Like, you had a chance to win the group, continue this momentum, carry this momentum, have a match again in Vancouver later next week, extra rest. Instead, Sunday, you're going to be, you're headed to LA to play a match on Sunday.
Are we still going at this that it's a success for this team to get where we are? Because we're at 32 now, which is really what the World Cup was. It was 32 teams until this year. So
now you got to win. Now you got to go to LA. It's a knockout stage. You're playing for keeps. It's win or go home, and you can't go home. Like, you have to keep this going. You have to do this. I mean, there was so much talk. Hey, we want to win the group. Hey, we want to move things forward. And I get that injuries have been a factor, but injuries are a factor with everybody. The U.S. didn't have one of their best players, against Australia over the weekend, and they still took him to the woodshed. So now, after the song and dance, after the draw with Bosnia, after the free space on the bingo card with Qatar, and then after the loss today, now is when it's all on the line. And so what are you going to be? What are you going to do? And you now know what you have. There's no more kind of question marks with the roster. So what's going to be your starting 11 that you're going to have on the weekend?
Did you say you know the date? Lee wasn't sure on the day that they're playing. Did you say you have that?
Sunday in LA.
Okay, no time yet though?
No time yet, no opponent yet. So that'll get determined here in the next little bit.
I wasn't sure, but obviously it makes sense that it's knockout, you're done. It's like the old wrestling loser leaves town match, loser leaves country match.
Pretty much, yeah.
But this is why today's result is so brutal. Like, there's a few reasons. One, I think momentum carries if you win. There are a lot more people who are going to be interested. Two, you would have played next Friday at home. Instead, you play this Sunday in LA. So you talk about a guy like Promise David coming off a big injury, Bombito coming off a big injury, Davies still hasn't seen the field yet. You're talking about more minutes having to get distributed because Ismail Kone is out for the tournament. Steph Estacchio, who's worn the armband as captain, he didn't start today. He's banged up. He played the last, whatever it was, 25 or so minutes. The rest would have done so much good. But sports.
What are the chances of us seeing Alphonso Davies in on Sunday?
It's a great question. So Jesse Marsh yesterday in his press conference said Davies was available. And then today in his post-match press conference said, yeah, that was basically a ruse. You know, he basically called himself a liar. The gamesmanship continues. But he said Alfonso's ready for the next match. So you're not available Wednesday when you score a goal in the second half to cut it without one with the group on the line, but you're going to be 4 days from now? Okay, I guess. Because, like, if you're not getting in today, when? So, like, I guess Sunday. And if he's not in the mix for Sunday, why is he on the roster?
That's it.
Is his club's team doctor like there with the team, arm's length, being like, he's a no-go? Jesse Marsh, you put him in, you might disappear.
No, I don't think it's that.
Okay.
They definitely have a staff member from Bayern Munich around. He's overseeing a bunch. Is he micromanaging some? Probably wouldn't surprise me if he was. Bayern Munich, who's paying Alfonso all this money, probably wants nothing to do with Alfonso playing for the national team. There have been some clips that have come out. I think it was during the Bosnia game, you know, when they're down 1-0 and it's halftime. He's just like, it's driving him nuts not to be in there. Like, I think he wants to play, air quote, wants to play. But again, when?
Yeah.
When?
Last thing on the World Cup. What has anybody surprised you? Is anybody moving on, looking to move on, like an absolute surprise?
Good question. The team that actually I watched again last night that looked really nice was Colombia. They
Shakira.
now get Shakira. They now get Portugal. Winner of that will win Group F. That's gonna be a hell of a show because Cristiano Ronaldo did nothing in that first match. He's getting all this heat. All these people are saying you're 40 years old, you're selfish to be on the roster, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes out and just has a dagger of a game against Uzbekistan, scores early, scores often. So Colombia, Portugal for the group, I think on Saturday, I think that could be a doozy.
So is after the pool play, I know it's not what it's called in soccer, sorry, soccer fans. Group stage are we done in Toronto? Or are they still playing games in Toronto?
There is a second round match July 2nd, I want to say, in Toronto. Will not involve Canada. Mm-hmm. And then they're done. Vancouver has a second round match July 3rd, and then another one, a round of 16 match in Vancouver as well.
Okay. So then everything goes like that. BMO. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine being a Toronto Argonauts player and seeing what's going on in that stadium and then going back to play in there where you can hear the guys sweeping.
What do you mean? What do you mean? The Argos have a home game this weekend. What are you talking about, Barney?
Most fans are gonna most home games that
How would you like to be calling that game with the white on white numbers from the broadcast booth?
Man, I know.
Poor Dave Thomas.
So bad.
I saw Dave Thomas attacked at the hunting shop, picking up some new binoculars today. You're gonna have to be dialed in. Like, that'd be so hard to see. They're nice though. I don't mind them.
They're nice.
You don't like them?
Nice.
Greg doesn't like them. I like the helmets. I like that asbestos coming down from the coming down in the pictures. If you're watching the stream, let's keep it going with CFL then. Drew Brown. Nice knowing you.
Barney, I told you in January that Drew Brown would not be the starting quarterback in Ottawa. I told you in March that he was on borrowed time in Ottawa. And now here we are in June, and he's back to Winnipeg. like there's a few layers to this. To me, there's some in Winnipeg that we can get into if you want to. My understanding of the whole situation there is that when they told Drew Brown that Jake Mayer was getting the starting job, Jake, a day or two later, went to them and said, I want out of here.
Drew, you mean?
Now, Drew Brown said, I want out of here. So you're not going to release Drew Brown because it's an asset, there's value, and you've spent some money on him already with roster bonus or whatever it is. And so what do? So you're trying to generate as much value as you can for a malcontent who, Ryan Dinwiddie, I just finished watching one of his scrum from today, said Brown was a little bit of a distraction with how he handled things. So amidst all this, I was told way back in training camp, they had already started conversations with McLeod Bethel Thompson just to see where he's at, what's going on. And then when finally the first round pick came from Winnipeg, that's when they pulled the trigger. That's when they said, let's do this. And they move on. That if a dude doesn't want to be there and you're publicly admitting he's a little bit of a distraction, like I'm not a mathematician, but that formula, A plus B equals ticking time bomb in the locker room. Oh, yeah. And it's time to get that out. And they did.
Take us through the Winnipeg quarterback room now.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, and this is what I wonder, if tomorrow Zach goes down in game, second quarter, a hit, whatever, who's in? No, I shouldn't say tomorrow. Next week, the week after. Who's the backup? Who's next man up? You can put whatever you want on your depth chart, but who is next man up? Is it Elgersma or will it be Drew Brown? That, to me, is a fascinating part of this. Look, I still think Trey Ford has the potential to be a real quarterback in this league. I think it's going to take him some time. I think right now in Hamilton, having no pressure, being in a quarterback room with Scott Milanovic, learning from Bo is great for him. I think Elgersma's in a similar situation. Elgersma, to me, is the quarterback of the future. But maybe as a Drew Brown now as an insurance policy. For some, I don't understand how Drew Brown was looked at so favorably in Winnipeg and went to Ottawa and it seemingly wasn't the same person. So I'm just intrigued to see what happens there. Is Brown an insurance policy? Is he not? I don't know. But to me, Elgersma still all signs point to Elgersma being the quarterback of the future with the Bombers.
Yeah, but Ottawa's where quarterbacks go to die. Everyone thought Nick Arbuckle was the next thing, went out there and did nothing.
Henry Burris went there and rolled.
Burris is different.
Oh, won a championship.
Yeah.
Look, Ottawa's, if we really want to turn back the clock, where the Ottawa Red Blacks franchise completely went off the rails is you win a Grey Cup with Burris retires, Trevor Harris is your quarterback, and over a few Trevor Harris leads you to a Grey Cup, end up losing to Calgary and Edmonton. And after that, over a few $1,000s in a contract negotiation, you're like, no, we're going to move on from Trevor Harris. And what has gone on since?
Yeah.
Okay, McLeod Bethel Thompson, which it's funny when we were talking yesterday and everything was coming down, I was talking to Suits, and my joke was going to be, was McLeod Bethel Thompson needs to hire an internet marketing guy ASAP and blanket the Ottawa offices. What's that called? Geofence, and just hit him with McLeod Bethel Thompson highlights. So he's top of mind, right? That's just marketing 101, whatever. But anyways, they sign him. Now, who's the next guy? Who's the guy that's still out there? Is it Shea Patterson? Is it, what's the cat's name from Winnipeg that just got up in midnight moved?
Oh,
Terry Wilson.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that's still out there that's thrown balls in the Canadian Football League that maybe could be called on if something happens with the team? And second part of the question, is Brendan Sorsby going to end up in the CFL?
Brendan Sorsby will not end up in the CFL because he's got way too much to lose. He's still going to be an early to mid-round pick in the NFL next year. His stock will not increase if he comes to the CFL. His stock can only decrease. So that's not happening anytime soon. The name I wondered about was Cameron Dukes. Remember when Chad Kelly got suspended for the 9 games? Dukes became the starter in Toronto a couple of years ago under Dinwiddie. Didn't go well. I'm now told that Dukes is a high school coach wherever, and that's probably not going to happen. It's a good question. Greg, you might know this. Is Taylor Cornelius on a roster anywhere right now? I don't think so.
No, I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure he's out of the game. He went to the
Does men's
UFL
flag
for
football count?
He for a cup of coffee and hasn't done anything.
Curtis has a good one.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Masoli.
Oh
No,
boy. Yeah.
I didn't mind it, Curtis. I didn't mind it.
Mazzoli's best days are long behind him.
I was kind of half jokingly saying it. I know Masoli kind of stunk it up last year.
And the injury
But
history.
isn't it fascinating, guys, that like right now, and granted the sample size is incredibly small. It's only been a couple of weeks. There's been great quarterback play in 8 of the 9 teams, and it's the usual suspect that's just still a mess with its quarterback situation.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Speaking of messes, let's end on this because you're back tomorrow with us. Mike Babcock is going to be coaching in the NHL again. He's going to be coaching Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, in Edmonton. I'm trying to think in my mind, Arash. You can go top the main 4 sports in the world. You can go any sport. I don't really care. Has there a coaching hire with so much scrutiny and a coach with baggage that's been let back? Is it John Gruden? I know. Are we waiting for John Gruden to come back? Is it?
Yeah, Rick Pitino was a big one back in the day. John Calipari had his issues. Remember Urban Meyer, the mess that
Urban Meyer,
was.
what's going on with him?
Yeah, man, that guy, that cell phone got him. Cell phones.
Ron Washington was managing the Texas Rangers, and he tested positive for cocaine, and they have a team meeting, and the players are like, oh my God, like they're like, it was like mandatory, urgent, blah, blah, blah. And, and Wash tells them what's going on. They're like, that's it?
Whatever. He likes to ski. We good? Let's go
All
play.
right. Pro sports. But yeah, those are some of the names that came to mind. Jerry Glanville was just a personality back in the day.
What about hockey? Hockey coaches with baggage that went.
Ted Nolan never came back.
Well, Ted Nolan didn't really have a lot of baggage.
No, there was one. Who was the University of Denver guy who ended up with, I want to say, the Dallas Stars? Was it Jim Montgomery? John Montgomery?
Yeah,
John Montgomery.
Jim, wasn't it?
Oh, Jim. Is it Jim? Yeah, maybe.
Jim Montgomery, yes. Yeah, he ended up with a bunch of baggage. You can do the Google search about lobbies of hotels and.
I can't wait to see. I want to watch it. Like what? Like you have to try and get the who runs it now. Is it Prime? Who does the follow the team around all year long thing?
Right.
That has to be with Edmonton. Like scene setter Daryl Katz getting out of his tanning bed in the morning. Then they go into their Oiler room and it's Babcock just doing weird things, and then McDavid and Leon going, "What were we thinking?" And Darnell Nurse on a beach somewhere just laughing.
I told you that's why I wanted out, says Darnell.
Storyboard. I got it. I got this. And then they're going. The scouts are like watching senior hockey, looking for a goalie. They're watching Lacombe play Sylvan Lake. Yeah, no, it should be good. We're back tomorrow. Hey?
Looking forward to it, boys.
Okay. Have a good evening.
Where are you headed next week, by the way? I just got the memo.
Friday, going to Ottawa. I might join Sharky. It's only an hour show. I might actually just walk around to people and be like, hey, I'm with a sports show in Saskatchewan. Do you mind if I ask you about the Brady Tkachuk? And then be like, who's your favorite Ottawa Red Black? And then just a blank stare. And then I just clip a bunch of that and bring it back and we can laugh at people. Like when I used to do that shock jock DJ stuff in the mornings.
I wonder if you went into an Irish
bar?
pub in Ottawa and asked them to name Red Blacks, how many people their first name that they would offer is Henry Burris?
I might try that. I will try it. Why not? I love
Like in Toronto, people would tell you Pinball.
Yep.
And
Doug Flutie,
Doug Flutie.
Rocket Ishmael,
Maybe Ricky
and John
Ray,
Candy.
but probably not.
Damon Allen, maybe.
Damon Allen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, what was the guy that footballed in the groin himself?
Oh, Kerwin Bell.
Kerwin Bell.
What a maroon. I love it. Okay, catch up with
That's
you
our
tomorrow.
next bet, Barney. Forget pie to the face. The next bet is you got to Kerwin Bell yourself.
Kerwin Bell. There you go.
No.
And then you need Curtis to come through the side and finish the hit after you nut yourself.
Okay, chat with you tomorrow, bud.
All right, see you, boys.
Yeah.